Peel Police issued a public safety alert last night after weapons were seen in a demonstration near a Hindu temple in Brampton. Clara Pasieka is at the temple on the Gore Road. Clara, what can you tell us?
Dwight, I'm outside this Hindu temple, Sabha Mandir in Brampton. We know that large crowds rallied outside here last night. Police didn't initially break up this crowd, but did begin to break up this crowd when it moved down the Gore Road towards a Sikh place of worship. Some demonstrators were seen kicking vehicles, others brandishing sticks. In videos, we also saw several pieces of broken brick or rock, and you can take a closer look at those behind me here, still on those walls. We're not sure what protests those were from. At around 9:30 p.m., we know that Peel Police released that public safety alert saying that weapons were seen within the crowd, telling people that they needed to disperse immediately or face arrest. And we also know that Toronto police also joined Peel Police in their efforts to respond to this situation. Now, last night's protest is one of multiple protests that have occurred in the last few days here in Peel region. We know that on Sunday, Peel Police have now charged 3 men in connection with weekend protests. On Sunday, we know there was some with charges including assault of a peace officer. Brampton's Mayor Patrick Brown has spoken to Metro Morning this morning about some of the violence, condemning the violence. Here's a little of what he had to say.
What I've been saying is that everyone needs to de-escalate. I know tensions are high right now, but the starting point is we don't need to have protests at places of worship. There is the right to protest, but it doesn't need to be in the vicinity of a place of worship. Everyone has the right to go to their place of worship, to pray free of harassment, intimidation, and violence. And that basic right has been broken in the last few days. Unfortunately, we've seen protests in Mississauga, Brampton, Surrey, Vancouver, and I worry that this is going to become compounded if we don't clearly say that there is a line in the sand that cannot be crossed. And that includes where you protest and the type of protest that occurs.
Now, Patrick Brown is trying to put those words into action, putting forward a motion at Brampton City Council that is officially trying to put forward a bylaw in this city that would ban protests near places of worship. Now, we're speaking with multiple people here in this community of all different faiths about what they think about the potential of having a law like that, given what we've been seeing in this community. Here's one person's reaction.
That is definitely something that we should consider talking more about, because that is like unacceptable behavior. There's a certain degree of what we like judge as like in a society. So it's not that kind of action, that kind of behavior we should condone. And yeah, having to come across that kind of vandalizing is, it does not hold to the candle like that is like us being Canadian we want to establish right throughout our communities. Protesting in a place where it's a sacred place would be counterintuitive to the values that is established with peace, with trust, with respect. These are things that are at the core, and if there's conflict in that kind of area, it should raise some eyebrows.
Now, that man speaking there said that he is Buddhist. He said that, if he had been practicing, which he did at his own place of worship during the weekend, that would have, really been very disruptive to him, and, just really goes against why so many people turn to these places of worship. We're also speaking with other people who said that, the roads being closed is also a concern for them, some unease, and also just confusion as people try and understand, a geopolitical conflict that's, very far from home. They're not sure what's going on. So they said, the confusion, the closed roads, and the threats of violence is very concerning to multiple people here in this community that we're speaking with.